What's going on, MGPs and yo's at Facebook who's joined in? This is Lawrence D. Adams. This is Lawrence D. Adams, and we are live today, and we're talking about how men can regain their value in the world that don't value them. If you're just tuning in, what's going on, MGPs? What's going on? So anybody's wondering what that means, MGPs, my good people, what's going on, my good people, my good people, my good people, what's going on? This is Lawrence D. Adams, and I'm live right now. My good brothers that are in the chat room. So everybody asking me what's MGB means. It means my good brothers, and to my good sisters out there, my good sisters. This is Lawrence D. Adams, and I'm live right now. And we are now actually streaming on Facebook at this time. I want to test it out, see how it's going. I can't see the posts on there and what they're saying, but we are live right now on Facebook. So this is Lawrence D. Adams. We're going to talk about this today. If you missed yesterday's show, it was good. You missed the day before, it is gone. So we're definitely going to definitely get into it today. My good brothers, my good people, what's going on? Those on you're on your lunch break, listening in, eating that salad and getting that sandwich in, get that smoothie together, or you exercising, or you're at your workstation putting the information in, what's going on? Yo, you in the house, what's going on? Player for life, what's going on? What's up? What's going on? How you guys doing? This is Lawrence D. Adams. I just got off a live with Alfie Kingdom. Man, I didn't have a subject. I was talking about what's going on, Tish. What's going on? I want to say Tish, but Tish, what's going on? What's going on, everyone? We're going to tackle this today. And what people don't realize is this. When I do my shows, it is a connection that happens, and the information begins to drop in. So let's get started today. How men can regain their value in the world that don't value them. How men can regain their value in the world that don't value them. In the current climate that we are in, there is a slight disdain for anything that's masculine. There is a disdain for anything that's masculine, that says or have the stench of being a man. It's never said in your face, but it's felt in your space. And so what's going on, McCain? What's going on? So there's been a constant assault from far as I can remember, the 80s, from the 80s on, against masculinity and men. And it's been a slow target to pull the value of a man down. And so when you pull the value of a man down in a community or in the nation, he becomes irrelevant, and his voice, as I talked about yesterday, his voice is not heard, or he's attacked because he now has a voice. So the value of a man in a world that don't value them is what we're getting at today. And there's been an assault against men. I know there's an argument. Well, the woman's going through it. Yeah, I understand that. But the real assault is against the man. The reason why it's against the man, because if you can control the man, you can control the dynamics of a nation or even a community. You can control what the dynamics of a nation or a community. So the strategic move is to pull the man and make him less valuable or irrelevant. What's going on? Hey, babe, see, make him not relevant in a community. And when he's not relevant in a community, what happens is his voice is no longer needed in that community. So we have a lot of people, preaching tea time. Yeah. So we have a lot of, so back in the 60s, 70s, it's been a slow decline to push the man out of position, to minimize him, to say this term called gender doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. It is all a very slight and slick way of pushing the man out of position. Because when you push the man out of position, you leave the women vulnerable to someone else guiding them and leading them. What's going on, Ted? What's going on? And so what happens is, it's been there in the educational system. It's been there in your media. It's been there in your shows. If you look at the shows from the 70s and from the 80s and to the 90s, you'll see that the men has been the bumbling fool. He can't get things right. He can't make decisions. He doesn't know what to do, but his value has been declining in the eyes of what? In the eyes of the world. But in order for that to change, there has to be men to say, no, this is not how you're going to view me. So the thing I want to get at first is, because I'm painting a picture here, I want you to see that the assault has already been taking place against the man. So you thought the assault was against the woman, but the assault has not been against the woman per se. The assault has been against the man. Hit the like button when you get in. What's going on? Hit that like button when you get in. The assault has been against the man, because if you get him out of position, I'm repeating myself on purpose, you're going to open the door when the woman is influenced by anything that comes her direction, whether we want to admit it or not. So what you do, and so if I want the woman unprotected because there's no man, and now I bring in a substitute, she's now going to follow him because he's a perception of false leadership. I'm going too far deep into this too much. So that's hence why there's an attack against the family. The attack against the family is against the man or the headship. And when you affect the headship, and he's not relevant, he don't need to be here, dad didn't make any decision, guess what? You're devaluing men. So I have to paint a picture so you really see what's been going on. So anyone who controls the media controls the mind of the people. Let me say that again. Anyone who controls the media or what's been propagated in front of you controls the mind of the people. Get the likes up in here. Let me know that you're here. And if you can control the mind of the media, guess what happened? You control the people, you control the people. That's why there's been a strategic attack against men. What's going on, Tim? You on your lunch break right now? Eat your sandwich, listen up, because I'm going to go there. So what you do is you cause a war between the man and the woman to distract from the real issue at hand, is to get the man out of position. So you pit the woman against the man. You pit the woman against the man and cause diversion. And when there's diversion, then the man is thrown off on being in the position that he needs to be at. So now what you do is you get women to attack the authority or the headship of a man and to devalue him. You get women now that say, who do he think he is? Why do he need to speak? Why do he need to say that? You know why? It's to get the headship or the man out of position. And when the man is out of position, and once again, it opens the door for the woman to be attacked. Attacked not so much physically, but attacked on the sense that she's not protected or covered by a man. I'm in here talking, you better pay attention. And I'm actually on Facebook now, so this is interesting. So what happens is, if the man is out of position or you devalue him, you don't see the value of him, what's going to happen is he becomes, as my term is, he becomes irrelevant. And so there's a lot of men who now have taken on the persona or taken on the narrative that's been given to them that they are not valuable. They are just throwaways, that they don't matter. Hey, it's okay. They don't matter. And so it starts a self-propelling cycle within the community or in a nation of pulling the man off of the stage we call life. And when you pull the man off of the stage to call life, it's going to affect not only the nation or the community, it affects families. So what you do is you have a corpse or a capsule of a man sitting there, but he's not available. He's not there. His voice is not heard. There are because I talk on relationships, there are so many women who have not heard from their fathers. There are so many men who have not touched or have not even engaged with their fathers. So that voice of reasoning from their father to guide them is not there. So they go into pitfalls that lead them down the wrong track that their fathers could have them avoid if they would have just listened. So the devaluing of men has been strategic in the minds first of our nation, but in the minds of the women. Oh, I'm right there on your street. I'm talking to you. You may not like it, but it's right down your street. So women have now taken on the narrative that he's not valued because I can do it on my own. I don't need him. I'm independent. He's worth nothing. He's probably like my dad. All these different narratives that are playing to get men so that women now see men as less valuable. If this is making sense to you, let me know in the chat room, or you on Facebook and you're watching this on your lunch break or whatever the case may be. If this is connecting with you, let me know. I need to know in the chat room, or that this is connecting with you right now, that there has been an covert and somewhat blatant attack against men to devalue them in the eyes of his woman, but now to devalue him now in the eyes of his children or children in general. Let me get that again. There's been an attack to devalue men in general, but now it's to get you to devalue, for women to devalue men what? For women to now devalue, now the children now don't value a man. And so if those things out of kilter in a relationship or in a family, because the voice of the man has been muffled, because we don't value it. As I said yesterday, it's something when you're in a Jeep in Africa and the sun is beaming on your head and you're in a car and there's no doors and there's no covering, and you hear the roar of a lion 50 feet away. You have a different respect for that lion because you don't see him, but you know he's close. That's what's missing in the nation, community, and at large, is the voice of the lion inside of a man. We have a lot of men who have grown mute, who have no voice. And if they have a voice, they sound like a kitten because they have been neutered or they have been castrated by this system. So now, what do we do to change the narrative to see that men are valuable? First of all, men must realize that your value is intrinsically different than that of a woman. Your value as a man is strategically different than that of a woman. And so what happens is we have people thinking that their value is the same as a woman, because you've been trained by the program or the matrix that your value is the same as a woman. They don't make a demarcation that there's a difference between you and a woman. So you never appreciate a woman because salute, what's going on? Salute. Convert and blatant attack on men is devaluing him. Correct. Salute, Sigma. So you see that the attack. So when you realize there's a difference between a man and a woman, instead of trying to make everything the same, the problem is you don't know your value because no one has spoken your value to you. And when you don't know your value, you look for others to define you. I'm talking to you, brothers. I'm talking down your street. I'm knocking at your door. I'm at the front door with a message for you. You have to begin to value yourself as a man. Your value is not on the trinkets and what you have and how your value is something or what kind of work you do. You are valued as a man first because you are a man. So you will never value a woman if you never value what? A man. You never value the woman because you don't value yourself as a man. When you value yourself as a man, you have no problem valuing a woman. Dropping Jews today, thank Jews today, yeah. So what happens is you have to value yourself as a man. When you don't value when you don't know your value, look for others to value you. There it is. When you don't know your value, you look for others to value you. So when whoever defines you determines your cost. So what happens is the education system, whatever system, the matrix has been trying to define. So that's why we have this thing called a woman trying to say what a man is and what he isn't. He ain't a real man if he do that. He ain't a real man if he does that. Only real men do that. It is a strategic but slight way to define a man according to how you feel or how you think a man should be. But you have no point of reference of a real man. Y'all better get the likes on. This one is fire. Self-reflection to realize your value. You got to realize what is value. Something that, let's get the definition because Red Pill always getting me about this, and I want to definitely make sure we own this. Most people don't value themselves. Most men don't value themselves. So they look for others to define them. So value, the regard that something is held to deserve, the importance, worth, or usefulness or something. See, the thing of it is, man, I'm talking to you. You got to value yourself. I don't care what your mama, your cousin, your lack of dad or nothing, being there or not, you got to value yourself. You got to realize that you bring something to the table. You got to value yourself as a man. It's time out for men not valuing themselves. Now, this, when you value yourself, this is not a point where you become you overly do it, and now you are overly important and you're a legend in your own mind. Because we got people who do that, who become a legend in their own mind because I'm the man. If you got to announce that you are the man, you are not the man. So let me get back to what I'm saying. So the value, you got to realize that you making it from your mother's womb to this point of watching this video, you have value. From the point of you making it to your out of your mother's womb to this point, you got to realize that you have value. You are not a throwaway. You are not useless. Your voice is needed. The problem is no one has told you that you are valuable. No one has told you that you are valuable. No man has said to you that you are valuable. Hit that Cash App and hit that PayPal. Let me know that you're here. No man has told you that you are valuable. You're trying to compare your value to what other people say that is valuable. See, let me tell you something. So let me say this right here. Big facts. Let me say this. A man who, see, we're trying to think that the man with the six figures, because that's a going thing now. Six figures are important. But it's the man who happens to be the pest control guy becomes very valuable to you when you have roaches and rats coming in your house. Let me say that again. The man who happens to be the pest control guy becomes very valuable when you have an issue when rats and roaches coming in your house. You know why? Because he's offering something that you need and he's solving a problem. He becomes very valuable. Oh, where is he at? Hey, yo, give me his number. See, the thing of it is, man, and those on Facebook listening, man, you got to realize your value is intrinsically tied to what problems you can solve. Yeah, I'm tired of hearing the six-figure guy narrative, right? Your value is tied to the intrinsic value problem that you solve. So that's where we're missing it at. I meant to regain your value, you must first know that you are valuable. You made it from your mother's womb to this point. You didn't give up. You went through things good and bad. You are valuable. And no one told you nothing else this week. You are valuable. But let me say this with a grain of salt. You must be doing something, being valuable. Because just because you're a male or a man doesn't make you valuable. So let me make that very clear. Let me read this comment. People with their money, when their time and energy in acquiring the money, they're valuing the wrong thing. Correct. So this the thing. Don't think I'm just saying just because you're a man, you're valuable. No. Please don't do that to me. Because we have a lot of men who have that mentality. I'm the man and you better value me. No, you got to show your worth and your work. Your worth and your work why you are valuable. Some of you are not valuable. Just be real honest. I don't sugarcoat anything, and I'm not going to cut any slack for anyone. Some of you are not valuable. And you need to increase your value. If I'm talking to you, let me know. If I'm talking down your street, you need to let me know, because I'm knocking on doors and taking names. I'm trying to go into my Facebook. If I'm talking to you, let me know. Here we go. So the thing is this. The man is certainly valuable, but he has to show me why he's okay. This only thing about you. This is the thing. I like that, but let me say this. The man is certainly valuable, but he has to show me why he's valuable. Let me put this right there. He doesn't need to prove himself valuable at all. He needs to walk in who he is as an valuable. Let me get this. I'm looking to add and increase value regardless. Correct. Let me see this. There's you see that every position has value. You got to respect it. But the expectation is that we are moving up to it. Okay. Question. Should be based on merit. It shouldn't be based on your material things, right? A lot of times people value is based on, well, I have this and that, and this and that. I have this trick and I have that, but they're hollow inside. If you want to find out the real value of a man, ask him a question. Find out the wisdom that's tapped inside of him. But let's go back to what I'm talking about. how men can regain their value. You regain your value first by knowing that you are valuable. You are not, as far as adding value to my life, I expect him to value himself before me. Correct. I can agree with that. I can agree with that completely. The man must begin to value himself, because listen closely as I'm talking, saying this. Listen closely to what I'm saying. Listen closely to what I'm saying. Pay attention. A lot of men don't value themselves because of the self-hate that they have for themselves. A lot of men don't value themselves because of the self-hatred that they have for themselves. Brother is taught that the man, when he was a little boy, that his father was no good, or you're going to be just like your dad, or the dad that didn't stay around, or the men in the community. They were taught to not value men, and it caused a cycle of self-hatred to be a man. Woo, I'm talking to somebody, because you were raised with a bunch of women, or you were raised where the men did nothing. So for you said, why is it important for me to be a man when it's not valued by the people around me or in the community that I'm with? So there comes a cycle of, I don't want to be a man, and I don't see the value of a man, because every man I see has been disregarded or thrown away. My dad, a junkie, and to this day, and I'm 33. See, the value of the man has been diminished in many men's lives, and mainly women, and also women too. Right. Got a 2018 Lexus, but living Patriot. So a lot of what you hear when you're a little kid and you're in your bed and the lights are off and you hear the telephone calls of, he ain't nothing, his father ain't nothing, he always stealing, the voice that you hear of men not being valued. You go to school and there's no men. They're men that you see on the streets, robbing, killing, and doing whatever. Right. I'm adding that, LDA. That's the environment that people are in. Like, they were raised due to family members talking bad about the person, causing that person is different because the person is different. Right. Because there's been an enemy saying men are not valuable. Don't let that man have a voice and begin to express without trepidation what he feels and what he thinks. He is told to go in the corner and shut up. I'm talking to someone. I'm down your street. So there has to be there's been this attack against men. So a man must navigate through all of that, get therapy, and begin to dismantle the self-hatred that he has for himself and that he has for men. And let me say this, along with that self-hatred that's been propagated for devaluing men, it creates a void inside of the woman, but it also creates a void inside of the man, because now you're looking for some man to say, yay, you are a man. So there's a void there. There's a void there. And that void has to be filled with what? Something. So you go through life because you've been told that you're not valuable as a man, and looking to fill that void with something, substance, materialism, or whatever. And I'm not against materialism, because I want you to hit that Cash App and hit that PayPal to let me know that you're here. but you're looking for something to fill that void because you have been taught not to value yourself as a man. And what happened is you're looking externally instead of internally, inwardly, that your value starts within. That your value starts within. That your value starts where? Within. And so what happens is you're thinking that your value is the number of women that you lay, the number of women that you sleep with. You're thinking that your value is in the car that you have. You're thinking that your value is in the house that you live in or the network that you're in. You're thinking it's in the Rolex watch that you have. You're thinking it's in the next acquisition that you get or the next property that you get. You're thinking that your value is based on external things and not inwardly. And that's where men miss it, that they're defining their value by things that are seen and not by things that are not seen. Yeah, I like material things too. I just have to be strategic with my purchase so I can get where I want to be financially right. So that's the issue. That's the issue. You're trying to define, let me say this. I said all that. You're trying to define your value by who's in your circle. That's it. You're trying to define your value by who's in your circle and not valuing yourself as a man standing on his square. See, that's the issue. You're trying to define your value. So you're like a blind person feeling in the dark, thinking that the car, the women, that the this and that, the status is going to define you as a man. While secretly you are crying and the little boy inside you needs to be valued. Right. Since we are taught, this is my dude, John. Yo, what's up? Since we are taught we are not valuable, we look for outside ourselves. We know something is missing because we look for it in those we meet and trophies. Please, big brother, my dude in Jersey. So you look for the trophy. I got the trophy wife. I got this. I got this car. I'm riding in the Rolls Royce. I'm riding in the Benz. And really inside you are hollow and you are in a place of detriment. Yeah, they say, we got, get the lights up. They don't want to hear this. Y'all want to get game and how to get women. I'm telling you how to get women right now, how to value yourself as a man. Because you're looking for things outside of you to define who you are or to say that you are valuable. And not knowing that the true value is hid inside of you. Not knowing that the true value is hid inside of you. And no matrix, no system can take that away from you. Nobody can define that for you. You got to realize that your value is inside of you. Stop looking for everybody to define who you are. Let me get back to my brother John said. Good question. How do we tap into the value that's hidden inside of us? First, you got to realize that there is something of value inside of you. Next, once you identify that there is something of value inside of you, you need to bring it out, because normally what's of value about you has this one thing tied to it, and that is you have to solve a problem. This is probably the reason a lot of simps and Captain Saver holes foolishness comes, right? Because they do not value themselves. When you value yourself, please please understand there's certain things that you will not tolerate and things you will not go for. The problem is most people don't know their value. Most people don't know their value. When you know your value, there's certain things that you ain't going to even go for because you realize that you're valuable. So to regain your, yeah, that's a real talk right there. Right. If you had no girl, no bank account, no job, no car, how long would it take you to start from scratch? Your value starts there. Please, this guy knows me personally. We work together. That's the question right there. How long will you you're using all these things as crutches. You're as a crutch to hop along in life and not realize that your value is stuck. It's inside of you. I said if you made it out your mother's womb and you at this point of watching this video, you are valuable. But so let's go to the next level. Once you realize that you are valuable, and you don't need to say, you know that I'm valuable. You know, I have just had my tea and biscuits just a few minutes ago, and I'm sipping on my if you got to do all that to show that you're valuable, you're not valuable. But the thing of it is, the next level is people will begin to say you are valuable. People will begin to say that you are valuable. I'm glad you showed up in my life. And then the narrative that's been propagated in the media that men are not valuable, you become the oxymoron, or you become the one that actually changed the narrative because they see a different image out there. They see a different image out there of a man. See, the thing of it is, most people don't want to swim against the current. The current is going this way. You don't want to swim that way. You don't want to swim the other direction. You do not want to swim the other direction and realize that when you swim against the other direction, you are swimming against everything that says that men are not valuable, because now you value yourself. If I'm talking to you, let me know in the chat room that this, I'm talking to you, I'm down in your street, I'm knocking on your door. If this is making sense to you, let me know in the chat room that this is making sense to you. See, we're going to just be spectators here. And those on Facebook watching and going back and watching, I do this every day, 12:30 to 1:30, every single day, Monday through Friday. If this is making sense to you, let me know that this is making sense to you. Because if you have to connect with what I'm talking about, you regain your value. It's making sense to you. John, are you still here? Put the put a number inside of the chat room, so that'd be the number for today. John, if you still watching, put the number in there. It's making sense. 2 cents. All right, I'm knocking at your door. Food for thought. John, if you still here, put the number inside of, thank you, 7. There it is. Why? 7. That's the number. So everybody know the number for the day is 7. 7. Pick the number today is 7. Everybody aware that the number today is 7. 7. I don't want to say 779311. No, that's not it. But 7 is the number. So if you're there, put 7 in the chat room. Put 7 in the chat room. Because when you watch this video, I want you to connect. When I put the number 7, I want you to connect with what I'm talking about. Think about it. When you put 7, it took what? God 7 days to create the earth, and he rested. I want you to put a 7 there because I want you to connect to what I'm saying. Think God created earth in 7 days. Please, what can you buy without money? There is your value. Please understand what just was just said. What can you buy without money? There is your value. Y'all not ready for this. Y'all not ready for this. Y'all used to somebody just giving you this anything. What can you buy without money? There is your value. There is your value. Your value is staring you right in your face right now. What can you buy without money? There is your value. Y'all ain't ready for this. Too much. Let me know. Y'all got that 7 going. So when this ends, you need to put a 7 in the comments. Y'all didn't do it yesterday. You didn't put the thing in there. Get the lights up. Let's get this going. Because I'm counting down. I'm at 42 minutes. So you have any questions, the perfect time to ask questions. 7 is going to connect you to what we're doing. To God, 7 days to create the earth. We're creating something new and something. We need 6 more lights. Get the lights up. Get the lights up. And you're watching this on YouTube or Instagram, get the lights up. 7 is connecting you to what we're talking about today. And yes, women need to listen to this, because what happens is, because if the man and the woman stop warring with each other over a power struggle, who's in charge and who's going to do this and things like that, then we will have harmony back in our community, in our nation, and abroad. But the man has to be valued. This does not please get this message. This does not take away the value of the woman. This does not take away. See, that's the thing. So if I keep saying that men are valuable, some women, because of their insecurities and because of their power struggle inside of them, feel that it's going to take away from them as a woman. You're taking away. Women don't have rights. Women go through stuff. Women ain't going to be able to make it. You start moaning and crying, and women ain't nothing. We go through stuff too. This, because the man is valued, does not take away from you as a woman of being valuable. Please understand that. That is strategically to keep you at odds with the man. I know what I'm talking about. I'm on somebody's street and I'm knocking on your door. Don't think that by me saying that men are valuable or they need to regain their value, that is taken away from you. If it's taken away from you, then you got to realize what value did you really have if it's taken away from you as a woman. If it's taken away from you as a woman, because I'm talking about a man being valuable, then how valuable are you as a woman? Oh, I know what I'm talking about. Men need to be valued in this society. Yes, the power struggle is so weird. The liberal movement to monetize male masculinity is such a contradiction and literally leads by masculine women. Woo! That's serious right there. That's serious right there, what she just said. The thing of it is, the society wants to discount male masculinity, but cry, there ain't no real men. Society wants to discount male masculinity, but on the same thing, cry, there ain't no real men out there. There ain't no real men. These men ain't nothing. They ain't like how it was my grandpa. They ain't like my granddaddy. They ain't like my dad. When you have gone for decades, never realizing that you never had value, how can you reverse the damage? That can be like learning to walk again. That's very true. So let me give a little bit more clear. If it's been decades of you not value yourself, you need to do something. You first need to realize the value that you have inside of you, and then you need to execute that value. And then you got to realize that the value is not determined solely by what's outside of you, but what's inside of you. You have to change the mindset first, because I always talk about mindset over here. The mindset that you are valuable. Even if you don't see it, it's like a blind person beginning to finally open themselves and see the light around them, to see shapes and to see different things around them. You have to begin to reprogram yourself that you are valuable. You have to reprogram yourself that you are valuable, and that your value starts within and is projected outwardly. Suggestions of inward value. It's an after effect. Let me see what you said. Liberals and feminisms is not good for Black community. Yeah. Let me go to this one. I don't know why it's running slow. If you think you are in the mess, take responsibility for that mess. Create the new reality in your mind that the reality will move you in that direction. So you have to begin to see yourself as valuable. Let me go back up to this, because this really begins here. You have to begin to see yourself as valuable. Most people don't see themselves as valuable. You have to clear the chatter of your past. You need therapy? You need to go get therapy. I am not opposed to people getting therapy to clear that chatter out of your mind that you are not valuable, or when society says, or this says that you are not valuable. But you got to begin to embody that you are valuable. That you are valuable. You have to embody that. We got 12 minutes counting. 12 minutes counting. Get that Cash App, Lawrence D. Adams, or PayPal. Hit it. Let me know that you're there, because I just scratched the surface with this. Actually, I didn't really go where I needed to go with this. I'm actually trying to copy something right quick. Here we go. Only scratch the surface, because behind the wall we can talk about that. Exactly. Your clothes and everything should express your value, not cover or lack of. Right. Let me say this too. Little side note. Your house, your home, if it's not clean, dusty, looking a mess, shows me what's going on inside of here. Shows me what's going on inside of here. You got to adjust your value inside of here. You're born with value, but if you don't use it, you lose it. Interesting. Yes. So in closing, any more questions before we go? And I'm going to end this, and get those likes up. Get those likes up. Get those likes up. So in essence, when I want to boil down to, your value first starts within. You have to see yourself now as valuable. You have to begin to smell that you are valuable. You got to do the thing of it is let me say this. No one's going to value you until you value yourself. Please put that in the chat room. No one's going, it's the song by SOS. No one's going to look. Oh, anyway, no one's going to value you until you value yourself. I don't care what they say, who mama say, whatever, baby and them, little starter kit, whatever the case may be. No one's going to value you until you value yourself. Put that in the chat room. You looking for everything? No one's going to value you until you value yourself. No one's going to value you until you value yourself. You looking for everybody else to value you, to say you are the whip. There you go. No one's going to value you until you value yourself. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you do. You can be looking for no one's going to value you until you value yourself. You must value yourself. You looking for the woman to value. They don't value me. They don't treat me right. You looking for the man to say that you valuable. Yeah, man. They don't at work. They be treating me all kind of way. It's the white man stopping me. It's the black man stopping me. It's the Chinese man. It's the Oriental man. It's this one. It's the this. And no one's going to value you until you begin to value yourself. If this is too much for you, you need to exit stage left. Sucker and succotash. You need to get out of here. But until you value yourself, man, you got to value you as a man. No one's going to value you until you value yourself. You looking for everything to value you, to say that you're special, that you know I'm the man. No, you got to value yourself. Everyone's going to now reflect how you value yourself. If you're having problems with people valuing you, you want to check your value meter, check the people and see how they value you. It reminds you of taking everything away that can be taken away. What remains can't be taken away. Don't get mad. Your boss values you more than you accept in your Let me wipe the sweat off my head. Don't get mad. Your boss values you more than you accept in your paycheck. He pays more than you get to keep you employed. So your boss values you more than you do because he's giving you a check to keep you employed. Stay here, little Johnny. Don't you go nowhere. You're more valuable than you think. But I'm gonna give you this low wage to keep you in place. Because you know if you leave that position, you got to fill it back up and train the person to do what you did. So they value you more than you value yourself. So they give you a paycheck. Stay in place. So that's why it's so important to realize that you got to value yourself. My good brothers, my good women. Shout out to the people who gave the Cash App and the PayPal. Shout out to you. We got 20 people watching. I need to get those likes up before we leave. If this has been helpful to you, please let me know, because we are about to go because it's lunchtime now. 20. As soon as I'm about to go, everybody want to show up. Man and mama want to show up. Get those likes up. Leave a comment. The number that we're using today is 77, not 779311. That's for y'all, for all people old, know what that is. Morris Day. 7 is the number. 7 is the number. 7 is the number. 7 is the number. That's right. 7 is the number. So when the comments for this video put 7, only you and I and the people who will listen to this video would know what 7 means. Is to connect you to what we're talking about. It is to connect you to what we're talking about. I need you to put that 7. Thank you. Listen to this. eBay values the junk in your closet more than you do, and you leave it there. Man, you dropping wisdom. John, we got to come back and do it again, but I'm at 12 now. eBay values the junk in your closet more than you do, and you leave it there. Yup, man, this is powerful. 5 minutes and counting. You in that lunch break eating that salad, eating them, drinking that smoothie. Get that steak. I need to go get my salad now. I mean, I gotta get something to eat because I didn't eat today. I only had a biscuit. But eBay values you more, values your junk more in your closet than you do. That's deep right there. How much more are you more valuable than eBay? So 7 is the number. This is Lawrence D. Adams. Every Monday through Friday, 12:30 to 1:30 at your lunchtime hour while you're sitting at work, thumbing through, wishing you were off. You're listening to Lawrence D. Adams, only here live. So we have dropped so much wisdom today. I'm going to go back and re-listen to it. You need to go back and re-listen to what I said. Some things you will not like, some things you will not agree with. But guess what? It is what it is. Listen, somebody say, well, John, I just started reselling on eBay too, right? Your mother is more forgiving to yourself than you are. Your mother is more forgiving to yourself than you are. See, John dropping. See, John's my friend, so like mine's picking on another space, another spirit. So you're in your lunchtime. Thank you for tuning in. This is Lawrence D. Adams. Looking to have some guests come in. We're going to drop some more knowledge. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button. Leave a 7 in the comments. I want to thank Tish she did immaculate with the notes. She got summaries of the videos that are amazing. Because sometimes you can hear all this and you need the cliff notes. She got the cliff notes. Don't contact her. I got them from her. So I thank her for the cliff notes that she definitely creates from these videos. We have 2 minutes. If you enjoyed this, get the likes up. Thank you for watching. This is Lawrence D. Somebody asked something. What's up, LDA? LDA been cooking with the knowledge. 7. Yeah. I haven't even tapped into the next level. So thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, Tish, she has the cliff notes of the videos. So you want the breakdown of what I said? Because like, man, he's all slinky up. No, I'm not over the place. I'm actually strategic what I'm doing. She has the cliff notes, and she gave me some cliff notes yesterday. Were amazing. I'm like, did I really say that? I'm like, Oracle, did I do that? But we got 1 minute left. Yeah, she does good work. So I got the cliff notes, maybe. And then 2, I'm thinking about it. Y'all let me know. Do you want the content that I can't share on YouTube that I need to share on OnlyFans? Let me know in the chat room. Do you want the content that I can't share on YouTube? See, you want to see those notes? Yeah, she got the notes, man. She got the notes. I got stuff that I can't share on YouTube that can only be seen on OnlyFans. And you know OnlyFans is for 18 and older. Coach Mike said, yeah, please do. Yeah, I want to see those notes. Yeah. I don't have an OnlyFans. I'm worried about what I'll see on there. OnlyFans is just another platform where you can share uncensored information or content that you can't share on these platforms called Facebook and YouTube. That's all there is. That's what it is. So OnlyFans I have some content that I can't share for the masses and for the general public that will only be shared there, where it's raw, rugged, and to the point. So I'm definitely getting that together now. I want to thank everybody for coming through. We are at the 1 hour mark. Put the 7 in the comment, get the likes up. Thank you. I'll see you Monday, 12:30 sharp with another awesome video where we're going to talk about, we were supposed to talk about men not being lap dogs, but I didn't want to talk about that today. I think that's a good segue into getting out of here. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for everybody showing up. If you want those notes, maybe I'll talk to Tish and what we do is make it available on a certain place. Until then, peace, my good people, my good brothers, my good sisters. Peace to you, my good brothers and my good sisters. And I will talk to you soon. Now, I might pop up on tomorrow. I might pop up later on tonight. We'll see how everything goes. But yeah, the OnlyFans going to be off the chain. But it's already set up. I just got to think about what content I want to put on there. Thank you so much. You guys have a good one. Put 7. 7 is the number. And I'll talk to you soon. Peace. Let's get this music going. I got to get some more tracks going. I got to make some more tracks, some more beats. Good afternoon. 7 is the number. 7, 7, 7, 7, 93, 11.